Hey, what's up, guys? It's Brandon Stover, and today I want to ask you a question. What is your relationship with money? So, the big question is this: how are millennials like you and I, who refuse to accept the American dream template that the schools and our parents have tried to hand down to us, but looking to escape the rat race? How do we shift our mindset in life to reach success and find our happiness? That's the question, and this podcast will give you the answers. My name is Brandon Stover, and I'm an entrepreneur who is going from zero to success and sharing every one of my secrets along the way in order to inspire you to defy your odds. Welcome to the Hustle of Happiness podcast. So, growing up in my mom's household, she was a single mom, and so a lot of times the idea was to always be saving and always to, keep track of your money in order to be able to, put food on the table and a roof over my head. And that was great. She did a great job as a mom. But the thing about that mindset is it's set in poverty, that there's never enough money coming in, or that there's not enough money out there, and it creates this scarcity, that there isn't enough to go around. You can't have your piece of pie and your neighbor can't have their piece of pie. And so that really creates like a negative thing in your head about money, and isn't exactly healthy. The other part of it is money is one of those taboo topics. I dare you to go out and basically walk up to somebody and ask them how much money they have, or tell them how much money you have, or anything of the source to do with money, and they're going to get this negative feeling around it. As well as it's like one of those topics, whenever you start to bring it up, people either kind of get like tensed up, or they're just like hush hush about it, like, oh, we don't need to talk about that, or they whisper, or like, it's one of the things that should be talked about freely. In her book, Jen Sicario talks about this in her book, You Are a Badass at Making Money. And one of the first paragraphs opening in the book, she says that money and sex are like the biggest taboo topics, but are the ones that can bring the most enjoyment. And so it's really the idea about like shifting that, and how do you shift that? It's when you stop thinking so much money in scarcity and that there's not enough to go around in the world, and shifting that to abundance, and realizing that you can go get money, your friends can go get money, your neighbor can go get money, and there is enough that's going to come in and free basically from those sources to you and then out to somewhere else. All that money is a way to store energy. You went and worked 40 hours at your job for the money. It comes to you, and then you're going to go spend it on food or clothes or enjoyment and things like of that nature. And so it's just a way to store that energy for those things. And so when I started to think about money in this way, things started to change, and more would come freely to me. Such as when I decided that, my wife and I decided that we were going to buy our house and we needed to come up with the big down payment. I had to find a way to get that money, and if I stayed in the poverty mindset that there wasn't enough, well, then I would never be able to get the house. It just wasn't possible. But when you start thinking of money in abundance, you start to go out and look for it. And so I was like, okay, we need to come with this money. There's plenty of out there. Where do I go? What do I do? And so I started, out basically doing some freelancing, marketing work for businesses and entrepreneurs, and finding places that, hey, these people are willing to spend a few hundred for me to help them out and trade my services. I was doing photography work, as well as getting a little extra here, saving from work. And as I started doing that, all these little places that you can find money. Oh, it's over here, it's over there. You start searching through these places, and eventually it added up to enough that we could have the down payment for the house, which is great. That's where I'm filming now. And so you kind of see how that one little shift of, oh, there's not enough to go around, and oh wait, actually, it's everywhere. I just gotta look. I have to take the active notion to think abundantly about it, as well as have a positive relationship with it. A lot of people put negative connotations on it, like that if you're wealthy, you're stuck up and you're a bad person or something like that. But there's also, you have to look at money as the good that it can do. And when you're rich, you can, donate your time, you can donate your money, you can spend it and help people around you. So you have to make those positive reinforcements around money in your mind. And the more that you can do that, the more that you can have a positive relationship with money, the more you're willing, A, to talk about it, but B, to find it, to get more of it. And so what I want you guys to think about is, what are the negative connotations, the negative relationships that you have with money? What kind of beliefs do you have about money? And what you want to do is you take that belief, write it down, and then actually think about it. Think about the positive side to money. So let's say, for example, that you think that money makes you a bad person. So if you think money that makes you a bad person, I want you to write that down. And then the very next thing I want you to do is think about all the great things that have come from money. And so it might be providing books for kids at school because a bunch of people donated money. It might be, money helped buy you a house like it did me, or money helped you put your kids through school or something along those lines. All those great things, and I want you to write it all underneath that statement that you wrote before. And once you go through that, I want you to reread it, and then I want you to rewrite that statement and say how money is a good thing because of all of these things. And what you'll do is you'll start breaking down your own belief about money and really understanding how wonderful and powerful it can be in your life. When you do that, you shift your mindset to that abundance and that positivity, and I guarantee that it will change the way you think about money. So, I just wanted to share that with you guys today. Hope you have a great day. Go out there, make some money, feel good about money, and find your passion and just pursue the fuck out of it. Alright guys, later. Thanks so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed the behind-the-scenes look at our entrepreneur's journey. If you want to get more secrets to becoming an entrepreneur and pursuing your happiness, then visit www.hustleandhappiness.com. Join us again next time, and remember, you are just one decision away from your happiness.